Quick step before the golf swing, a new type of charging attack. Keeping sways back, spinning bludgeon isn't doo-doo anymore, one of the hypest offset attacks in the game. Ryozo-san, you treat us too well. We won't know the full scope of it until a demo is out, but we already know some weapons are really getting some love in Monster Hunter Wilds. Gunlance is gonna be the new online troublemaker, Bow is looking like the magic archer from Dragon's Dogma, Hunting Horn Echo Bubbles are looking crispy, and Charge Blade Files are going Super Saiyan. They look angry.
I will not let you destroy my world!
But there's one weapon that's tugging on my heartstrings with the upgrades that it's getting. Before diving in, I want to give huge thanks to the real heroes of this pre-release cycle, creators Inofango and Shimokitaron. Alongside other Japanese creators, they are the only reason why anyone has proper footage of Monster Hunter Wilds. Please check out their full videos in the description. Make sure that Wiimote strap is set, because the golf swing is back. The golf swing never actually went anywhere, but it definitely hasn't been the same core piece of the weapon as it was once upon a time. And while we all devour every bit of Monster Hunter Wilds content waiting for the demo, I'm extremely excited to see the shift that Hammer is going through, part of which is placing the golf swing much more in the limelight. There's two main changes for the golf swing. One of which is that Hammer players are going to be playing Tekken because we now have a sidestep. This added step can be done before the golf swing itself. It may not look like much at first, but this really gives some freedom to the weapon, as head sniping and reacting to monster movement will now be easier to do mid-combo. And secondly, this is for all the parry fans out there, because the golf swing will be an offset attack, which means that a well-timed golf swing right as the monster's attack lands will power through and send that monster reeling. Keep in mind though, this isn't quite as abusable as an actual parry like the Water Strike and Rise, since you will still take damage from a successful offset attack. But either way, this is real flashy and opens up some really cinematic opportunities in hunts. Speaking of Rise, I would say Sunbreak is up there with GU as great games for Hammer players. Water Strike parry into Golf Swing, then comboing into an instant level 3 is pure dopamine. This flow of gameplay is also why I'm very excited about Wilds, because it's a perfect way to describe the new flow that Hammer is getting. Part of this new flow is the new charge that Hammer will be receiving, the Mighty Charge. This is done by pressing both attack buttons under certain conditions. If you charge to level 3, you can then transition into the Mighty Charge, or right before your Big Bang finisher, or after a golf swing, or your new focus attack. Mighty Charge has different finishers depending on the charge level that you reach, and can be linked into from a lot of your bread and butter moves. It can either become an uppercut, or the new Mighty Slam if fully charged. My one complaint with Mighty Charge would be that the actual swinging of your hammer while charging has no hitbox, which I guess makes sense since it is a charge and not an attack itself. But since the animation is reminiscent of Spinning Meteor from GU, in which the wind-up spins do have hitboxes, it just seems odd that Mighty Charge would not. I can live with it if nothing changes in the full game, but I am hoping that it does. Then, after performing one of these options, you'll be able to combo into your Spinning Bludgeon, which isn't a very commonly used move, and in fact, most of the time this just really trips up new players. But it's about to become the glue that ties everything together for the weapon because it can now combo out of basically everything. It really extends and adds to the loop of what your main combo could be with Hammer whenever you get your knockout or other big openings. Then we have the Monster Wound mechanic and the Hammer's Focus Strike, which, if you don't know, wounds will appear on monster parts as you damage them. These wounds will grant you bonus damage to those parts, similar to tenderizing in Iceborne. The wounds will go away over time, but this is when focus strikes come into play. Hitting a wound with a focus strike will cause the wound to pop, dealing damage and giving you a guaranteed flinch on the monster. It seems like the gameplay around wounds involves dealing as much damage as you can to them and then popping them with a focus strike before they disappear. Now what's interesting about Hammer's Focus Strike, Earthquake, is that you're able to charge your hammer while the animation is playing, meaning you can link a successful Focus Strike into a charged attack, then extend the combo with a Spinning Bludgeon into a Golf Swing, right back into Mighty Charge, and so on. We got combos. Oh, and also, just to highlight something said by the creator of this video, he felt like Hammer's range was shorter than normal. That was also one of his main gripes with the focus attack for the weapon. He stated that it seemed like you really needed to be on top of the monster's hitbox in order for it to connect. We do also get Keeping Sway from Rise baked into our kit now, so that plus our new sidestep before our golf swing should help alleviate a possible reduction in range. And again, there's so many new loops with Hammer thanks to the new Mighty Charge, and since the spinning bludgeon can combo out of most of our attacks. So while certain monster heads may be annoying to reach, which isn't new for Hammer, we can at least swap to a different weapon on the fly if reach is an issue with certain matchups. Or just, play longsword or something. Finally, one last little note about Hammer. It's a little sad. Power Charge from World is officially gone. So no more constantly buffing yourself each time you get flinched or attacked. My initial reaction to this was positive, but having access to 2 different sets of charged attack variations was really nice. While it's a little unfortunate, I didn't really notice the lack of it in Rise and Sunbreak, and with the new tools in Wilds I probably won't care too much about this. But either way, pour one out for Power Charge. So overall, I have to say that as a Hammer main, I am incredibly happy with what we're getting in Wilds. The classic gameplay of head sniping with charged attacks and golf swings is for sure still there. We just now have way more tools at our disposal for combos when we get our knockouts. My only worry is that I wonder if the weapon will feel like it's missing something.
Damn, boy!
We're definitely gaining a lot in Wilds. I guess I just have this sense that we should have got maybe one more thing. That could just be the loss of Power Charge talking though. And plus, this isn't Sunbreak and we don't have switch skills. And everything new that we're getting seems like it has a place in our moveset. There's no fluff. It is all very intentionally designed, and I know ryozo is always looking out for his Hammer bros. The Hammer in both Iceborne and Sunbreak was incredibly fun. Its natural flow into the Clutch Claw is the only thing I actually liked about the Clutch Claw itself. And the Big Bang attack wasn't just a dope name. It filled a hole for the weapon whenever you got a KO or big openings. And as for Sunbreak, it revived the Hammer for me after the atrocity that was the Hammer in Rise. Because Impact Crater spam was the most obnoxious thing ever, while Courage Hammer in Sunbreak is some of the best gameplay the weapon has in the series. And even Strength Hammer got some love and didn't have an over-reliance on Impact Crater. So yeah. It seems like a great mix of what made the weapon enjoyable in both Iceborne and Sunbreak, and looks like an absolute treat in Wilds. On top of all that, unless we're getting baited by weapon models shown in trailers, it looks like the Hammer designs in Wilds are going to be fantastic. Because even just the basic iron model looks clean, but the Birdbrain Hammer is top tier. Surely a sign of having some really unique weapon models in Wilds. And yes, even if that means heads on sticks for Hammer, we need more of those, Capcom. Cut Ku head on a stick or bust. Does anyone else feel like the wait for Wilds is way more challenging than the wait for World or Rise was? But anyway, I'm no Dynamo Lin, but once we get access to the demo, I do plan on creating a full overview and guide for the Hammer. It is also safe to say I'm looking to do the same for other weapons that I enjoy and feel confident enough to make content on. Thank you for being a part of my journey to Wilds. More video essays and weapon overviews are on the way. Subscribe to hop in the caravan with us. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day.